Welcome back to Broke Not Broken Homestead. I'm Shannon, and I just wanted to do a little autumn chat with you guys while I'm sitting on my front porch with my tea and my new favorite mug Jay got me, and touch base with you guys. I know a lot of people are researching how to become a homesteader, what homesteading requires, how much money it requires. It really depends on what you want to put into it. If you want, a garden that's as big as mine or bigger, it's going to require a lot more time and a lot more money and a lot more effort on your end. If you want to start with a 10 by 10, a 4 by 4 bed, that's probably more manageable for people that, either don't have the space or don't have the time. And plant requirements, honestly, it depends on what you plant. And I always say start your, growing season in the fall. Don't start it in the spring. I hate cutting soil or sod in the spring to build a new bed. I'll rototill everything. Yes, I said rototill because I have a huge garden and it just saves a lot of lugging for me. I put everything on top, new compost, any amendments to the soil, and we dig it in. I tarp it off, and in the spring it's just a fresh bed ready for me to rock and roll. So we're going to start doing that in the next couple days, probably over Thanksgiving, which is next week if you're Canadian. It's actually next Sunday and Monday, and not this weekend, the following weekend. So I won't be filming a whole lot. I've got a lot of family stuff going on, but I also wanted to let you guys know how my actual harvest went for the season. I provide a lot of food for a lot of different people. I help with some fresh produce for my mom and dad, other family members, as well as other people in our community that are, looking for fresh food, need fresh food. I give it to them because I have an abundance, and that's what I like to do. I like to help people out. Originally, I started these gardens because I was a market gardener, and because I'm no longer doing the markets, I decided that helping people out with, fresh food is better than it spoiling or feeding it to the girls or, putting it in my composter because I didn't get to it fast enough. That being said, I was blessed today. A friend of mine brought me about, say, 10 pounds of potatoes that she had harvested this afternoon. I personally didn't grow potatoes in my garden. I did have a little bit of road growers that grew mid-season, and I picked them and used them up. There was about 20 pounds that were my own, and they're already gone, so I'll be canning those up or using them fresh in the next week or so. So let me know what your plans are. If you're planning on, starting a homestead, if you're looking at how much it will cost you to start a homestead, it really depends on what kind of homestead you want to have. Do you want it to make profits off your homestead? I used to. Now I just do it because I can and because I like to help other people out when they're, having a hard time, struggling, or just because I feel like, they could use the extra lettuce or beets or whatever I have extra of once I can, beyond, or have in my freezer beyond what I could possibly use in my 6-month buffer. So that being said, thank you, Tammy, so much for the potatoes. I really do appreciate them, and I'm sure I'll can you up some and send them to you. Oh, sorry. For those of you who are wondering what's left in my beds, just the kale and Swiss chard for right now because they can take the frost. I cut off some of the sage. I haven't touched the lavender yet. I will. It's reblooming, which is odd. It shouldn't be reblooming right now. And I noticed another thing. I'm sorry, I'm watching for traffic on my road because it's at this time of night. It seems to be like the 401 here. Enough my delphiniums. This is the third bloom of the season. They have never done this before. Just like my Shasta daisies, they rebloomed 3 times this year. Very odd, very strange. This time of year I like to reflect on what I did right, how I can improve, and how my little homestead helped others. And this year I was able to provide roughly 20 different families at different points of the season with some sort of food, whether it was beans or peas or carrots or something. I was doing carrot delivery to my friends and neighbors yesterday because those carrots, if you've watched the previous video, they are massive, and I have bags and bags and bags of them in the freezer. So I don't need that many fresh carrots, nor do I need that many put up. However, if I can help somebody in the short term, I will. And the best part about being part of a homesteading community is that, you know, my friend knew that I didn't grow any potatoes because I didn't have enough land space left, because I had planted so many different things this year out there, and I had so many different row growers, and I thought maybe the ground needed a little bit of time, because I did 3 years of potatoes and I didn't want to deplete the soil any more than I had to, because you have to move them every year just like tomatoes, and I would rather grow tomatoes, eat them fresh, than grow potatoes. I know it sounds odd, but tomatoes normally at my house are a 70-dayer until I get fruit. Potatoes are about 100 days. So time in my world is money, money is time, and I'm using money or in place of time. So I'm not making any money off this. I'm just, you know, a mom with dirty hands and dirty feet all the time, running her garden, running her kids, and having a great time doing it. So that's enough tea chat for tonight. I just thought I would ask you guys, how's your homesteads going? Are you planning on starting one? If you're planning on starting, are you ordering your seeds now, or are you going to wait until January and hope to get them? Because I'm going to put a seed order in very shortly. I'm also going to do all the tarping, like I said earlier in the video, and I'm going to get everything ready so I start in the spring fresh, clean, and ready to rock, because I have so many plans for back there. And this year I'm hoping to have a little bit more help up back there, so it's not so crabgrassy and crazy. And yeah, I learned a lesson this year. Don't put straw in the garden. Don't listen to other people. I've been a landscaper a long time and should have known better. But I did it anyway, because somebody who had been gardening for 40 years told me to do it, and I had alfalfa everywhere. And yeah, not cool. Not cool, not cool. And I also had ryegrass everywhere, and I'm still working on getting it out. So I digress. What works for me might not work for you, and I hope that you find my videos at least helpful. I mean, I'm new to this. As you can see, I only have, you know, a few videos out there, and I'm a chatty Cathy, and I apologize, but have a great night. Bye.